Okay, so have you ever stopped to think that maybe, just maybe, there's like a secret ingredient to really thriving? Like, what if we've been going about this whole support thing all wrong?
Hmm, interesting. Tell me more.
Well, get this. What if I told you there are two totally different types of support we need? And what if we've been overlooking one without even realizing it?
Okay, I'm intrigued. Two types of support, you say?
Two totally different types. And today's deep dive, we're going deep into this because we're not just talking about feeling good here, but actual measurable changes in our brains and bodies based on these two types of support.
This is getting interesting. So let's start with the basics. What exactly are these two types of support we're talking about?
They're called source of support and responsive caregiving.
Source of support and responsive caregiving. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
But to make it easier, can we maybe call them SOS and RC for short?
Definitely. SOS and RC, it is.
Perfect. So tell me more about these two types of support, SOS and RC. What makes them so different?
Well, first up, let's talk about SOS support. It's all about dialing down those negative emotions. And I'm not just talking about like everyday stress. I mean, really getting down to the nitty gritty. Fear, despair, loneliness, the heavy stuff.
Yeah, I hear you. We all deal with that from time to time.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
so imagine you're facing a tight deadline at work and you can feel the pressure mounting. SOS support is like having that trusted colleague, someone who gets it, who offers encouragement and helps you stay focused, instead of letting you spiral.
Right, right. Instead of going down that rabbit hole of panic and stress.
Exactly. It's like having that reassuring presence by your side, reminding you that you've got this.
It sounds like SOS support is all about creating that sense of safety and security, especially when things get rough. Would you say that's accurate?
You hit the nail on the head. And the really fascinating part is the science behind it.
Oh, now you're talking my language. Tell me more.
Well, I'm not a neuroscientist or anything, but from what I've read, SOS support actually helps to kind of like hit the brakes on your brain's stress response.
Like calming that fight or flight mode we all know too well. Fascinating.
Isn't it? It literally means less cortisol, the stress
Mm.
hormone, flooding your system.
Which is huge, because when you think about all the ways that stress impacts our bodies.
Oh, I know, right? And the benefits of less stress are incredible. Your immune system is stronger, your heart is healthier, your body literally functions better with this type of support.
It's like having a superpower against stress. I love it.
It really is. Okay, so then we have RC support.
RC, right. Responsive caregiving.
Yes. And this one really speaks to that feeling of empowerment, like feeling capable and fully engaged in life. Like you can conquer anything. It's like that feeling when you finally master a new skill.
Absolutely. I know exactly what you mean. It's that sense of accomplishment and confidence.
Exactly. And that feeling isn't by accident. Because RC support, it's not just about getting a pat on the back. It's about feeling challenged and supported to grow.
It's about pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone, knowing that you have that support system to catch you if you stumble.
Exactly. And what I find fascinating is that it's linked to our intrinsic motivation, that drive within us to achieve at a higher level.
Oh, absolutely. That desire to push ourselves further, to constantly learn and grow.
So would you say it's fair to say that SOS support is like the bedrock, providing you that sense of security and stability? And then RC support comes in to kind of empower you to build upward, to strive and achieve.
That's a great way to put it. And what's even more interesting is how differently these types of support actually show up in our lives. Like you mentioned earlier, that SOS support can help us to cope with challenges more effectively.
Right. And it's not just that we cope better, but the research shows that this type of support actually helps us to change how we view those challenges altogether.
Like instead of seeing them as these big, insurmountable obstacles, they become.
Controllable. And most importantly, temporary.
Exactly. It shifts our entire perspective.
Yeah.
And on the other hand, with its focus on growth and achievement, RC support, it's directly linked to this greater sense of progress and fulfillment. It's like, you were moving forward in a positive direction.
This is all so fascinating. It really makes you think, what type of support am I naturally drawn to? And even more importantly, which one am I missing out on?
That is the million-dollar question, isn't
Yeah.
it? Because honestly, I think consciously seeking out both SOS and RC support just might be the secret to unlocking a whole new level of well-being and achievement in our lives. So yeah, something to think about today.
Definitely something to think about.